viewers, this is the sewing of our wedding dress, and since we already have the cutting, the first thing I'm going to do in this aspect is to gather all the fabric. I'm going to start with the base of my wedding dress, and I'm going to gather it by having a straight sewing. I'm going to run a straight sewing on each of the piece of the base, and I will pull together each of it. I'm going to pick one of my threads and I'll pull. So I'll pull to the middle, and from the other end I'll do the same thing. Pick one of the threads. Be sure you will have to pick the same thread you pick from one end. It should be the same you're going to pick on the other end. So I've gathered this. I'm going to repeat the same process on the rest of my fabric. Okay, this is the front, the main part of our dress, and I have my lace placed on it, on each of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join this first, then I'll come back to the lining as well. I'll also join. Right, so we need to weave our materials before we continue. We need to weave it, so I'll quickly get someone to do that for us. The next thing I'm going to do is to top stitch on the fabric. So I'm going to top stitch on the sides of my material. I'm going to fix in the ready-made cup, and I'll just stitch it down. From the underbust measurement, this is the underbust, so I'm going to bring it down and hold this. So all I'm going to do here is just to stitch it down. I'm going to stitch it down on both sides. Now I'm going to fix in my boning, and to do that, depending on where you want the boning to start from, I'm just going to take the measurements from the top, that's from the starting point, that's where the cup starts from. I'm going to measure to the waist measurement, and that is 15 inches. So I'm just going to measure 15 inches from my boning. It's like 15 inches. I need 2 of these. Okay, so we need to keep the edge so it won't be too sharp. So I'm just going to curve it a bit. Okay, so I just need little piece to cover the edges of my boning. So I'll just sew around the 2 edges. Okay, so this is ready. Wow, it's coming out. The next thing I'm going to do is to place the half length, and to do that, I'm going to bring the middle so you can see. This is the middle, so I'm going to bring this middle as well. I'm going to bring it together, and I'll place my lining from the middle as well. Place it there. So to join, first I'm going to stand the needle, and I'll start sewing first to one side, then I'll complete the other side, starting from the middle. The next thing I'm going to do is to top stitch on the lining. Now that we are done, we need to stitch the cup, that's the upper part of our ready-made cup. we need to stitch it as well. So I'm going to stitch that before moving to the back of our dress. Alright, so let's move to the back. The first thing I'm going to do here is to close this. This is the part that is going to cover the zip space on the back piece. So I'm going to first join and I'll turn inside out. So this is the back now, the main body, and what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to close this part. Let me just cut this and this. Okay, we'll come back to this. So first I'm going to join this side together. Okay, so this is one side and bringing the other side. Okay, so to join this side, remember I said this is going to be on the inside of our lace. To join this to this, that's to join the other side of the back, I'm going to place this together, and we first need to take notes of where, that's the measurement of where this is going to start from. I'm going to place it so you can see it's coming from the middle, and this is the middle where we are going to fix the rope. So you need to measure down the space with which you want to leave on your fabric. So we're going to start joining. This, alright. Okay, so I'll start joining from the base. This is what we have. This is how it's going to look like. So from here we can now join the lining. The next thing I'm going to do before attaching my lining and the half length is I'm going to make my hose. I'm going to make it ready. So I need a very tiny rope. as tiny as possible. So the next thing is fixing my rope, the belt hose. Then I'm going to turn the lace. I'm going to turn it with the satin. You can use your bias binding to turn it inside. I'll be fixing the rope, the belt hose. Alright, so having done this, the next thing we are going to do is to place this on the fabric and we'll place the lining to join. So it means we need to join the linings as well. I'm going to start with this. I'll bring the linings together. Okay, after arranging our holes, the next thing I'm going to do is to turn the edge with the lining. So I'm just going to turn and I'll join just this edge. So we are done closing the edge. Now we move to the other side. We move to the other side. On the other side, we have the lining. First, I'm going to close just little parts, just a small portion of the lining, like one or 1.5 inches. I'll just make sure it doesn't get to this point. So I'll just close a little part of the lining. Then I'll place my lace so as to turn it with my lining. Okay, to make this easier, first I'm going to join this part of my lining together with the cover. This way. So I'm going to join this first. All right. Next, to bring out the shape, so I'm going to bring the front and the back together. So what I'm going to do here is to bring out the shape on the main dress. So I'll be joining the main fabric together with the main fabric, and of course the lining together with the lining. Okay, first we need to close this. So I'm going to close this first. I'm going to close the remaining space on the back. Okay. So let's bring the front to bring out the shape. Next is to bring out the shape. So I'm going to bring the front together with the back. To do that, shortcut. So the bust measurement is 40 inches. I have 22, that's 40 divided by 2, 20 inches. So I'm going to hold 1 inch and 1 inch. Under bust measurement is 14 inches. And the bust circumference, the under bust circumference is 36 inches. We have the bust measurement of 40 inches. And altogether, I have 22 inches. 40 divided by 2 is 20. So that means I have 2 inches excess, 1 inch and 1 inch. The under bust circumference is 36. Divided by 2 is 18. And altogether I have 19. So that is half and half. The waist measurement 39 inches. 39 inches divided by 2, that's 19.5. And I have 20.5. That means I have half inch and half inch. The hip measurement is 44 inches. Divided by 2 is 22, and I have 23 inches. So I have half inch and half inch. This is going to be penciled. So since the hip is 22, I'm going to subtract 1 inch, and that is 21. So I have half inch and half inch. And I'll join only the fabric. Then I'll come back to join the lining together. But the first is just the fabric alone. So I've joined the fabric to fabric and also the lining to lining. So this is the inside, the back, and the front. So you can see we are almost done with our sewing. The next thing we're going to do is to make the sleeve ready. I'll attach the sleeve before attaching the base of our dress. It's the front and the back. Okay, so let's quickly make the sleeve ready. Using the satin, I'm going to turn the two edges, the base and the part which I'm going to attach to the round shoulder. So I'm going to turn it now. round sleeve measurement is 14 inches. So divided by 2 is 7. I'm going to measure 7 inches and I'll join. Also, the round shoulder measurement is 44.5 inches. So 44.5 inches, I'm going to measure what I have here. This is 13. So 13 will give me 26. So 26 from, I'll subtract 26 from 44.5. I have, let me approximate it to 18 inches. So I have 26 inches here and the round shoulder measurement of 44.5 inches. So that means I have 18.5 inches excess, which I'm going to share on both sleeves. And to get to the, if I divide that into 2, that means one side of the sleeve will be approximately 9.5. The other side of the sleeve too will be approximately 9.5. And to get my 9.5, I'll just measure 5 inches, which is 10 inches. So I'll fix this to the main dress. So one after the other, the round sleeve 14 inches, that is 7 inches. So now I'm going to fix the base of our dress. So I'm trying to trim out the excess from the base. I want to trim it equal. Wow. Alright. So now, first I need to join the base one after the other. Let's do that. So I'm going to close the side of the gathers. Now the arrangement of the base. First, I'm going to bring the veil. So the two veils come together. I have to make sure the joint parts are on the same side. Okay. That's the two veils, the veil nets. Those are the first thing. So the satin follows. After the satin, we have the lining. After the lining, we have the inner net instead. So we still have one more lining to go, but I'm not going to arrange that together with it. So all of this together. I have to make sure the joining, all the joining are on the same side. It's going to fall to the back, the middle back. So we have to arrange it very well. Now I'm bringing the main dress inside, bringing it in, as you can see. So the joining, all the joining is coming to the middle back. It's coming to the middle back. So I'll make sure I align all the joinings and I'll start joining from there. This is going to take some time. We have to be slow and steady in doing this. This is the part that is covering the back, so I'm bringing it together to join. This is the main dress. She's coming first. The veil nets follows the 2 veil nets. Then we have the satin. After the satin, we have the lining. After the lining, we have the inner net in steps 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to be joining it together with the dress. The last thing to do is to pick the other lining, and this time around it is facing the net. So it's coming this way. Remember to bring the joining, which is going to fall to the middle back. So it's coming this way and it's going to cover all the sewing, just right like this. So I'm going to start my sewing from here as the middle back. Remember So I'm going to start from here. So this time around, it's this way, not the same way we've been joining the gathers. So it's just this way, so that it can cover all the sewing. And this is what we're going to have. So let's do that. Well. So this is the end of it. From the inside, which is the lining, the steps of our ad nets, then the lining again. We have the satin, and we have the veil net. So from the inside, you can see we have a neat finish on the inside, and this is the outside of our wedding dress. Woo! Yeah. So we've come to the end of our sewing. Make sure you weave all the necessary parts in order to have a neat finish. Finally, we've come to the end of our sewing. I'm sure you enjoyed the class. It's interesting anyway. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Afriq TV. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Afriq TV. And also you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram at Kharis Kreations. Don't forget to click the notification button so you can get notification each time we post a new video. I remain Simeon. Till I see you next class. Bye.